This is the Dzogchen Semde Lama Jigme Gyatso of the Buddha Joy Meditation School. For multiple decades, I spent about 8 hours a day, almost every day, studying, practicing, mastering, and reverse engineering the teachings and techniques of each school of meditation so that you would not have to. It is Qui-Gon Jinn early Tuesday morning. Come, let us meditate like a Jedi. Welcome to truth and peace and love. We're going to play with a bunch of information. It's easier to think of it in terms of an outline. Contemplation of the wisdom of letting go is how we begin, and contemplation of kindness is how we end. Like the two pieces of bread comprising or instrumental to a tomato and lettuce sandwich. In between the two, we have meditation of clarity and meditation of bliss. Hang out with me once every 12 hours for the next 7 days, and you could master this path. But only if you enthusiastically type your questions in the chat window pertaining to the philosophies and techniques that support mindfulness meditation. Let us start with Tilakana's 3 marks of reality, wherein we transform dread into peace. The wisdom of letting go comprises the first fold of the Buddha's eightfold path of enlightenment. Invite, 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 invite. About 500 years ago, Leonardo da Vinci insisted that simplicity is the ultimate sophistication. Approximately 2,000 years prior to that, the Buddha taught that all that we experience can fit into 4 categories: the circumstantial, the physical, the interpersonal, and the mental. Let us begin with the circumstantial. As we breathe in, we could vulnerably, passively, viscerally, randomly, and fleetingly watch the dread of the circumstantial or lots. As we restfully breathe out, the experience of the circumstantial or lots could feel at least a little less stressful, less stressful or dukkha, less permanent or anicca, and less defining or anatta. The 2-syllable synopsis of that is the noun lots and the verb change. As we feel air enter our nostrils, let us silently and mentally recite the noun lots. And as we feel air exiting our nostrils, let us silently and mentally recite the verb change. It is not our job to philosophize or believe or imagine or visualize. Simply by silently and mentally reciting these 2 words in harmony with our breathing, we are passively cooperating with our central nervous system in a profoundly liberating manner. As we breathe in, we could vulnerably, passively, viscerally, randomly, and fleetingly watch the dread of the physical or forms. As we restfully breathe out, the experience of the physical or forms could feel at least a little less stressful or dukkha, less permanent or anicca, and less defining or anatta. As we breathe in, let us silently and mentally recite the noun forms. And as we breathe out, let us silently and mentally recite the verb change. As we breathe in, we could vulnerably, passively, viscerally, randomly, and fleetingly watch the dread of the interpersonal or feels. As we restfully breathe out, the experience of the interpersonal or feels could feel at least a little less stressful or dukkha, less permanent or anicca, and less defining or anatta. As we feel air enter our nostrils, may we silently and mentally recite the noun feels. As we feel air exit our nostrils, may we silently and mentally recite the verb change. As we breathe in, we could vulnerably, passively, viscerally, randomly, and fleetingly watch the dread of the mental or minds. As we restfully breathe out, the experience of the interpersonal or minds could feel at least a little less stressful or dukkha, less permanent or anicca, and less defining or anatta. As we feel air enter our nostrils, let us silently and mentally recite the noun minds. As we feel air exit our nostrils, may we silently and mentally recite the verb change. Well, let's see. Please bear with me a moment. All right, mindfulness and meditation constitute the seventh and eighth folds of the Buddha's Eightfold Path. Let us now practice mindfulness and meditation of clarity and letting go. As we so one of the most efficient ways for us to gently invite our real or imagined energy to coalesce at our crown is for us to use the tip of our left index finger to support the lower knuckle of our right index finger, palms up in our lap. As we passively notice air entering our nostrils, let us silently and mentally recite the one-syllable verb watch. As we passively notice air exit our nostrils, let us silently and mentally recite the one-syllable verb rest. And a very efficient way to keep track of the first set of 12 inhalations is as follows. Even though we rest our palms in our lap, palms up, I'm going to lift my palms up and rotate them so it's easier for you to follow along. So for the next 12 inhalations, I'm going to advance my thumb every time I silently and mentally recite the verb watch during the inhalation. Please follow along with me. Simply by working with the 12 sets of finger creases on our right hand, we are able to keep track of 1 minute. Most of us wish to meditate for more than a minute. So we can keep track of our next 12 sets of 12 inhalations each by using the left thumb and its finger creases, not to keep track of inhalations, but to keep track of sets. If this seems befuddling, remember, repetition is the mother of skill. Let us now advance our left thumb. Again, let us advance our left thumb. Having counted 12 sets of 12 inhalations each, we're faced with a dilemma. How do we count an additional? How do we gather an additional collection of 12 sets of 12 inhalations each? The answer is as close as our index fingers. Remember our left index finger supporting our right? We drag our left index, the tip of our left index finger, up to the second knuckle of our right index finger. And now we are free to gather an additional 13 collections, 13 sets of 12 inhalations each. Consider this. As we rest in our exhalation, whatever turmoil or tranquility we watched during our previous inhalation could feel as if it was melting into the simplicity of just emotion. To keep track of our third collection of 13 sets of 12 inhalations each, we could drag the tip of our left index finger up to the third knuckle of our right index finger. But instead, let's use the tip of our left middle finger to support the lower knuckle of our right middle finger, palms up in our lap. Doing so is an excellent way to gently invite our real or imagined subtle energies to coalesce at our crown. As we passively notice our chest swelling with breath, we could silently and mentally recite the verb feel. And as we feel our chest subtly sink as gently we exhale, we can silently and mentally recite the verb rest. As always, the moment you have a specific question about the philosophies or techniques that support meditation, do not hesitate to type your question in great detail in the chat window, for I tend to check for questions about once every 13 minutes or so. Hey, Earth, Fire, Water, good morning. We now switch gears to Meta's loving kindness, wherein we transform desire into love. Mental kindness constitutes the second fold of the Buddha's Eightfold Path of Enlightenment. As we breathe in, we could vulnerably, passively, viscerally, randomly, and fleetingly feel this mental desire for joy. As we restfully breathe out, loving kindness or metta could regard all minds of all beings. As we feel our chest swell with breath, we could silently and mentally recite the noun joy. As we feel our chest subtly sink, we can silently and mentally recite the pronoun all, as if we are lovingly wishing that all minds everywhere be lavished with joy. Interpersonal kindness is the third fold of the Buddha's Eightfold Path. As we breathe in, we could vulnerably, passively, viscerally, randomly, and fleetingly feel this interpersonal desire for peace. As we restfully breathe out, loving kindness or metta could regard all relationships of all beings. And as we silently and mentally recite the words peace and all in harmony with our breathing, we are wishing that all relationships of all beings now be lavished with peace. Physical kindness constitutes the fourth fold of the Buddha's Eightfold Path of Enlightenment. As we breathe in, we could vulnerably, passively, viscerally, randomly, and fleetingly feel this physical desire for health. As we restfully breathe out, loving kindness or metta could regard all bodies of all beings. As we silently and mentally recite the words health and all in harmony with our breathing, we are lovingly wishing that all bodies of all beings be lavished with health. And as such, we are strengthening the neural pathways that pertain to our anterior cingulate gyrus, the seat of empathy. Circumstantial kindness constitutes the fifth fold of the Buddha's Eightfold Path. As we breathe in, we could vulnerably, passively, viscerally, randomly, and fleetingly feel this circumstantial desire for good fortune or boon. As we restfully breathe out, loving kindness or metta could regard all circumstances of all beings. As we silently and mentally recite the word boon and then the word all, in coordination with our respective inhalations and exhalations, what we are doing is exercising the neural pathways responsible for love, wishing that all circumstances of all beings now be lavished with good fortune. Having sat for the better part of an hour, we might find it refreshing to conclude with a bit of the old spiritual squat thrusts. In preparation for that, let us review what the meaning of bodhicitta and refuge. In our compassion, may we long to free all beings from the toxic tyranny of dread, desire, and delusion, metaphorically known as the three mental poisons. In our pragmatism, may our liberation of all others be fueled by the three wish-fulfilling jewels of following the Buddha's example, applying his instructions, and cooperating with his students. The 8-syllable synopsis of that which I just explained is as follows. May we free all through the three jewels. If you wish, you may practice along with me. I'm going to spin the camera around. Now I'm going to grunt like an aging Jew as I stand up off my cross-legged position. May we free all through the three jewels. May we free all through the three jewels. You have taken your first step into a much larger world. Oopsie. If you feel that I have earned it, you could give this live stream a thumbs up. You could even help support this channel. For Meditate Like a Jedi is made possible thanks to the generosity of viewers just like you. In approximately 10 hours, I would very much like to return to lead today's dusk practice of Meditate Like a Jedi. And if you are as geeky as me, may the Force be with you always.